FinTech's Maria Gotch. I'm co-founder of the FinTech Innovation Lab, and we help early and growth stage FinTech companies get access to their market of large financial institutions. And today we're here talking with Maria Vullo, who is our Regulator-In-Residence. So Maria, thank you for joining us this morning. And you recently stepped down as superintendent of the Department of Financial Services, which was one of the most important regulators in New York State. So you've been working with the FinTech Lab companies for the last couple of months. What advice do you give these companies as they think about working with a regulated entity and all of the complexity that that implies?
So as a general proposition, it's really educating them about what that means to be a regulated entity. And that means transparency. That means they're going to ask questions, and regulators are going to ask questions about what the FinTech is providing. That also means that it may take a little while before they get to market with their product with the financial institution, because the process will probably take longer than they might anticipate. But all of that in no way undermines the importance of these relationships and the partnerships that can be formed.
And under your leadership, New York was really at the cutting edge of implementing some very interesting, forward-thinking innovations, particularly around cyber insurance, which became sort of the national standard. So as you think about what is missing in the environment, what are some issues that a FinTech could think about going after and solving that would be additive for the industry, both regulators and financial institutions?
So cybersecurity was a priority of mine as superintendent, and certainly that's just for the financial services industry. I think FinTechs can really help with technology solutions utilizing data for the underwriting of cyber insurance in broader industries. And I think cyber insurance is a way for us to upgrade the defenses of many, many industries with respect to cyber criminals and cyber breaches. I also think there's so many emerging technologies in both insurance and banking firms can benefit from in compliance areas, and there are many different ways that they can do that. And it's very exciting to see how many FinTechs are coming up with some great ideas.
Great. And now you've been working with our class for the last 3 months, so thank you for that. And what advice would you give to a company thinking about dealing with the regulators? Should they be speaking to them? Should they not be speaking with them? How should a young company or growing company who's not regulated but wanting to sell into a regulated industry think about dealing with the regulators?
Sure. So I think, again, transparency is very important to regulators, and I think the education of the FinTech companies comes first so they can really understand what types of questions regulators might ask. And I've helped hopefully some of the FinTechs in that, because they would be third-party vendors to the regulated financial industry, so that's why the regulators would have some interest. I also think they need to be open-minded about questions about where they get their data from, how their algorithm works, how their product works, because those are the types of things that, you know, maybe in a non-regulated industry people are less comfortable with disclosing, but certainly understanding that regulators are going to ask those types of questions, all for the protection of the consumer as well as the solvency of the companies. So that's generally, I think, a broad brush of the types of things that we talk about during the FinTech Lab.
Great, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Maria Vullo is one of a number of executives that volunteer their time during the FinTech Innovation Lab to help our companies understand the landscape, particularly the regulatory landscape, so they're in a great shape to go and sell to large institutions. We will be opening applications in the fall, and we would love to hear from you and hope that you join us, and check us out at fintechinnovationlabnyc.com.